Hi, guys, and welcome to the Exco Gamers podcast. I'm Jacob.
I'm JP.
And today, we're going to be talking about some of the do's and don'ts of collecting. But first, we have an announcement to make. If you look at the set today, we got Ratchet and Clank. That's my blanket. My cozy blanket that's been keeping me warm after this car accident.
So they bring you comfort, and I just throw it in the floor. That's what I care about, your comfort level right now.
Maybe I should bring the other comfort thing in. Then we'll see if it's actually bringing comfort. We're referring to my dog. He is certainly a guard dog.
Oh, he loves me.
He loves JP.
He just wants a little taste.
He just wants a little taste.
I might come home tonight. I don't know.
We might not. We'll see what happens. All right. As you can tell by the set back here, we have Ratchet and Clank going with the PS2 going. Don't mention the PS1 controller, you dirty bastard.
Looks so good.
I'm about to edit that out. I don't want to swear.
Just put up a little white, like a white background picture of a PS2 controller just sitting there.
That's exactly it. That'll be my editing skills. But we got Ratchet and Clank going, and that's because... Do you want to tell them?
Yes. So, a huge announcement from us. We are going to be on the PlayStation podcast over on Figsy_Games channel. He's a big game collector. He helps run a PlayStation collection group on Facebook, and he invited us to be on his show. It's actually going to be today. I don't know for sure if it launches today or if it'll be like tomorrow or Monday when the show goes live. I'm not 100% about that.
100% on that either, but definitely go check out his channel.
Oh yeah, definitely check him out. I don't know for sure. I know he co-hosts, but I don't know if he's on every episode since he started co-hosting. But Radical Reggie, if you're familiar with the game collecting community, there's a possibility he might be on there today. So definitely come check it out. We're super excited to talk about some games with them, pick their brains. Looking forward to it. Really excited. I feel like I'm fangirling over here.
A little bit, just a little bit.
Just a little bit, yeah. I've looked up to this guy forever.
We're really excited to be a part of it. I'm glad you reached out. You completely set this up, and I appreciate you entirely for it.
Lay my head up just a little bit bigger for you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. That way, look, they're going to ask some questions. I'll be like, yeah, that's a great question. For JP.
There we go. Just every time there's a question you don't know.
You're not paying attention. I'm like, JP!
He's going to be like, what color was the PS2? Oh, God. I have no idea.
I have no idea. Whatsoever. We're just here.
We're just making it. Just having a good time.
Yeah. We're having a fun time. I don't know what's going on up there. I'm starting to get curious, but we're
being attacked. It's Nintendo.
Max will get... That's the law. You don't have to cease and desist. We got Max out there. Don't worry. He'll get him.
Oh, you don't trust that. No. I believe you fully. Max will not let him pass the kitchen.
No. All right. So let's go into our news headlines.
Go ahead. And now on the news.
For the second time. So there actually is 20 minutes of this episode recorded. Then we forgot to turn their camera on.
So Jacob's like, hey,
don't press that button.
I'm not going to. He said, press this. I press it. Guess what? It didn't work. So we talked for 20 minutes to ourselves. Like losers. We were cracking jokes to nobody.
Well, the microphone was recording. We have the audio.
At least we got something.
We don't have the video. So those are going to be like little snippets we're going to throw on like TikTok or something. It's for people to...
That's awesome.
Yeah, like that. I think that's what we use with that material. Because I don't want to throw it away. I had some good jokes in there.
There was some good stuff. Look forward to that.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But... You go ahead with your first news headline.
So to bring the mood down a little bit, sadly, if you're familiar with the Suikoden game series, the creator, he worked on the first three. I don't think he was like the actual creator. I think he was like a co-producer. I could be wrong about that. His name was Yoshitaka Mori. I'm not even going to try his last name because I know I'm going to butcher it.
Yeah.
He sadly passed away on February 6th. He was battling some illnesses and it finally just was too much and took over. Really hate to see that. If you were a fan of the series, he was working on a new game. It launches in April. It's called the Eiyuden Chronicles 100 Heroes. I'm super excited for this game. I already had plans to buy it before he passed away, but now I'm 100% going to play it just to see kind of what his legacy was going with it.
Absolutely.
I'm really, and if you're not familiar with the series, one of the big selling points on it is a turn-based RPG where you kind of have 3 units in the front, 3 in the back, and you can collect over 100 allies, and that's like any game where I can collect that many allies, it's just kind of like gotta have it.
Gotta have it, absolutely. So I've never played any of his games. I know they're doing a remake for the first three.
First two, yeah.
First two.
And 2 is actually one of the not rarest PS1 games, but it's like a $200
It's pretty
game.
rare, yeah. No,
and it's solid.
I'm gonna pick up the remakes and give those a shot.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, that's on my list for sure. Bringing it to headline 2.
Oh gosh,
ladies and gentlemen, we're prophets.
we are.
We predicted two games.
Two. Like this episode's number 2, we predicted 2 games.
Now this time we're going to predict 4. All right, and go.
Donkey Kong, Mario. I'm just throwing Nintendo stuff out because I know they'll remake it eventually.
Remember when we said that 10 years ago? Well, now it's finally happened.
We're prophets.
But anyway, there was 2 games in the Nintendo Direct, the most recent Nintendo Direct at time of recording.
Yes.
The partner showcase.
Yeah.
They had Epic Mickey, which we talked about that we wish they would bring back. They're doing a full remake.
Absolutely, yeah, and it looks great.
And it's going to be, this time it's not a Wii exclusive, or Switch exclusive.
Yeah.
It's going to be on Steam, it's going to be on Xbox, it's going to be on PlayStation. So I'm excited to see how they're going to put the paintbrush mechanic in there.
I just hope you get to swing your PS4 controller, just flick it.
That will not be good in my case. I'm sitting here like, I'll put it in the cerebral palsy hand and then just chuck it at my TV like, yep, game of the year. Woo. Wow, it really works. Look at all the colors.
It's real life effects.
It's so real.
You can see the blue and the red. You can't see the game, but you can see the color.
The black, that must be the paint thinner. Like, it's working great.
Oh.
But then we got Star Wars.
Yeah, the Battlefront game.
Star Wars Battlefront. When that launches, because they're bringing back the online, which I'm super excited for.
I can't wait to see that.
I can't either. We're definitely going to have to get together sometime and play it. And
100%.
And when I own you, and we end our friendship in the podcast because of it.
Well, there's 2 things wrong with that. First thing is you think we're friends. Second thing is you think you're going to own me. We were friends before that comment, but now you messed up. Now this is more. I'm going home.
Hi, welcome to episode 2. It's just going to be me this time. JP's went home. Actually, he didn't make it. Max got him on the way out.
Max made sure I stayed, guys. Sorry.
He said he was delicious.
Tasted like chicken.
He said what everyone says about gingers is completely wrong. He was great.
A nice touch of soul.
Little garnish.
Just a little garnish and gingerbread.
That was so stupid.
That's what's going to get us canceled. I'm sure of that.
That's the one?
Yeah, that's
He's a ginger audio listener.
Yeah, so I'm allowed to make jokes.
He's allowed.
Ooh, my face hurts.
From now.
I'm still thinking about the chastity comment from the last one.
Yeah, that was.
I know it makes it better. She has no idea because it won't be in this. And I'm not going to tell her.
This is going to be us laughing for 10 minutes.
We're sorry. Can I just say,
yeah, that's going to be gold. That's going to be gold. Like, I want to show up at your doorstep. I want to get a boombox and it's recorded.
It's just like
stand out there.
You're
going to be looking out the window and be like, yep, I'm not getting any tonight. That's
damn
for sure.
Crackheads.
How'd they get your voice, John?
Maybe, I don't know, they're getting crazy out there.
They got my hands on the mixtape I made in high school.
And they just, hey, yeah, baby, hey, yeah. It's getting too serious. I don't even know what we were talking about.
We're on news headline. Okay. You gotta get to yours if you can power through.
Oh, there we go. Okay. I think I know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
New lines. Alright, so these layoffs, they're bad.
They're bad.
Really bad.
You're not supposed to laugh as you say they're bad. You lost your job.
That sucks. Ooh, okay. No, in a serious note, yeah, all these layoffs happening in these companies, man, it's wild.
Yeah.
Sony, my favorite game developer, Insomniac, had to lay off some people.
You know why? Because they're not making Ratchet and Clank.
You know what?
They
just kidding.
they need to bring back that trilogy, in my opinion. That's derailing. We'll talk about it in a minute, but
yeah,
no, these layoffs are getting really crazy, and it's
scary.
Insomniac last year, Spider-Man 2 was one of the most major releases of the year, and then all of a sudden they're having layoffs.
And then Sony itself is having some crazy. They have that new it's like Stellar Blade coming out that looks phenomenal.
Yeah.
Which we'll get back to on this one. The big game that just came out on the 29th, Final Fantasy VII. I mean, they're like makes you worry about what's the future going forward with these.
That is the question.
Scary.
Yeah, no, it's definitely scary, and like as a software development student, I can't help but wonder. If they're looking at these indie studios, they're like 5 people making this game that's absolutely fantastic. And they're like, we can do more with less.
So why do we have more? Yeah.
And that's that may be what they're looking at.
We didn't talk about this in the last one where we messed up, but that is kind of scary for people in that kind of field of programming. Yeah. Are you going to have an easier, like not easier, but is there a future in like getting into that, or is it going to become more competitive? I mean, it's kind of scary.
Well, I mean, AI is really starting to be the question because AI can legit code.
Yeah.
Like you can ask it to make a program in whatever language you need. If there's documentation out there on the internet that it's scooped up, it can most likely write you a program for it. So there are concerns with me getting this degree, but
when I go home, I'll get you an application for Hooters, man, so you don't have to worry about it.
I'd be an excellent Hooters girl. I'd get all the tips.
Oh, I guarantee it.
I would get all the tips. They would see me serving these drinks, and then my other hand messed up, and they would be like, "All the money in the world.
All the money in the world.
All the money in the world." That's getting cut.
That took a turn.
Yeah, certainly. But no, there is some concern there with my degree, which I mean, I'm sure there's concern with anyone that's about to graduate,
or even in the field.
But I'm not too worried. There is still a lot of places. We're never going to be able to trust AI completely. AI is still wrong, I believe, 60% of the time.
Like me and my fights with chastity.
Well, that's because you just cave and accept it. You're just
there's no other choice.
You act like I have a choice.
Yeah, it's either cave or accept or fight for 3 months. And I don't got that time.
I don't got that type of time.
I wish I did. But I want Snuggles.
I wanted Snuggles, and he knocked it off the chair there.
Oh, your blanket?
I'm
sorry.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Max will remember this.
I'm going to get in with some food in and just try to throw him a hot dog in.
Yeah, that may be the tactic to go with. I don't know what his deal is with you. I don't understand.
I have terrible luck with dogs. They don't like me.
He does not like you. I don't know why. I have no idea.
It's like all my exes. They hate me.
Yeah.
In chastity.
It's coming.
This video will be it.
This is it. This is the final straw. Right. But moving on to the topic of the episode.
Yes.
We are going to talk about some of the do's and don'ts of collecting. Sorry there.
Get it out.
I had to get that out. We got to talk about the do's and don'ts of collecting. And like we're the basic reason we're doing this is there's a lot of people that are starting to collect. They've even came to me and were like, even though I'm a very small time collector, they're like, what is some of the things we should look out for, and what's some things that we should not do? So as former video game store employees, we're going to give you some of our pet peeves a little bit, but also like some things to look out for while you're out there trying to collect. Which JP's definitely more versed in this knowledge, so he may be reigning this conversation.
Oh yeah, just king.
He's finally had his moment in the sun. He is thrilled now.
Oh, this is my topic all day long.
Yep. So I'm going to go ahead and start the first one, and this one you can go on the internet. There's people that are going to talk about this all day long.
Yeah.
Thousands
of videos.
Oh yeah, thousands of videos. Watch out for counterfeits. Yes. They're becoming more and more common. here in recent year because not developing them, but creating duplicate chips and putting them in new casing is even cheaper now.
Yeah.
So going with my first collection, 64 was the first one I started with.
Mm-hmm.
There's some telltale signs. So first thing you want to look at in any cartridge, this one's a little different. I've done the Donkey Kong 64 because that's one of my favorite games on the 64.
Oh yeah, that's one of the best games.
Yeah, I love a good collectathon every now and then.
I agree.
But the telltale signs that you want to look for are all on the back without taking the cartridge apart. So we have the Nintendo logo here on the back. I'm hoping that's picking up on camera. Yeah. So with the Nintendo logo, the eye is a square.
Yes.
Like if you look at it very closely, it's a square. In reproductions, it's a circle.
Yeah.
That's the first telltale sign to look for. Secondly, there is some screws here on the top. They're called a game bite now by the community, the collecting community. And you can actually buy screwdrivers to take these apart, and you can look at the boards. Now, that's like the most go-to sign to look at a cartridge. Yeah. Look at that motherboard. If it looks authentic, it usually has the Nintendo logos on it. So, like, you're usually pretty good in that aspect.
You can even pull up, on Google, a picture of an authentic, Donkey Kong 64 cartridge motherboard and compare them. And
look at the traces, yeah.
And that could tell you. And if you're going hunting for these and, this is something you want to collect for, having those tools is a must.
Absolutely.
And if you go to a store and they're like, "Hey, can I open it up?" and they say no, that right there is immediate red flag.
Yeah.
Don't even
do it. And then there's a stamp on the right here on the left side. It's usually a number. In this case, it's 20. But that is a telltale sign that the label is okay. I was waiting on you to do it.
I was going, but then I was like,
in our first little 20 minutes that we did not record. I was talking about the stamp, and he was like, "Nah, that's bad." And I was like, "Huh?"
Oh, the shock on his face! It's like I killed him.
Yeah, no, I was like, "This is my favorite childhood game. How dare you?
Why do this to me?
Why do you do this?" Also, because I also got this in the 20 minutes, but once again, not recorded. There was a guy who commented on the last video for Indiana Jones.
This is for you.
This is for you. I got it right here. And also, we were talking about this property of Blockbuster on both the back. And we were talking, this is actually making the cartridges more collectible now.
Yeah, having these rental stickers has, not in all cases, but there are people who are collecting for that, which is more power to them. If that's something you're into, by all means, I don't. I like a clean cartridge.
The only reason I went for that is because it was a Blockbuster exclusive.
Yeah.
That game was not released to the masses, per se. So it's hard to find it in good condition without the Blockbuster logo, because someone probably was like 12 and was just like, "I don't like this sticker."
Oh,
yeah. I've seen some rough ones, and they still try to sell it at full price, and I'm like, get out of here.
Yeah, no.
But that one had the sticker intact, and the label is clean because it was under that plastic. So I am really happy with it.
Oh yeah, no, that'd be perfect. And then we're not talking bad about counterfeits, because
no,
if you're not wanting, if you just want to play the game and you just want to have a copy of it, counterfeits, if you find someone who's being honest about it, they're cheaper.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look at games like Chrono Trigger.
Yeah,
that game is ridiculously expensive. Yeah. But, with a counterfeit, you pay
$20.
$40
easily.
And then you can play it on your original SNES.
Yeah, and have no problems with it. It's going to run almost, you might run into a glitch here or there.
Yeah, because it's not ideal, but it's not an ideal situation, but it's just a thing now with games getting older, and everyone's starting to collect now, which seems absolutely crazy, but it's everybody's trying to collect now, and so games are getting more and more expensive. I miss the days of when I walked into a GameStop and could pick up a PS2 game for $20, regardless of what it was.
Oh, and now it's outrageous what prices have done to it, how everything's skyrocketed.
Yeah.
So counterfeits could be a way to play these games, and that goes into another topic there with Conker's Bad Fur Day. If you're looking for an authentic cartridge and you found one for $20,
that one's a telltale sign.
Yeah, you might be looking at a fake.
Which leads to the next one. Do your research.
Yep.
If you're planning on doing a full set, like you are, I'm only doing it for the 64.
Research is key.
Yeah, research is key, because you need to know how much you're going to spend on each cartridge. Look at Clay Fighters, Sculptor's Cut. There's a copy in a local store near us.
I've been eyeballing it hard.
I have too. I'm
taxes are coming up, and I've talked to the old lady there, and
don't you do this to me.
It might happen because so Clay Fighters. There's the Sculptor's Tuck, and it's like the 300 64.
Yeah, it's Clay Fighters 64
Sculptor's Cut.
Yeah,
and it's like $1,000 N64 game, and there's a local game store in our area that has a copy of it, and I have been eyeballing it just to get that holy grail.
If you get it, can I touch it?
Oh, I'll bring it over. We'll play it. We'll play it on channel.
Oh, please.
We'll play it on the podcast, man.
I've heard it's horrible, but
probably, yeah. Every game that's expensive seems like that nowadays.
Yeah, but I would love to see it because it's
a once in a lifetime thing.
Yeah, it may be a game that may never enter my collection even though I'm trying to complete it. It may never enter, but I would like to.
Yeah, just to try it out.
Yeah, just to say I've had it and I've played it. It's like. And I think that's the adrenaline that comes with collecting is you're like, oh my god, I have this really rare game that very few people have played, which, emulation's a thing now. But
but to actually own the cartridge, that's what's fun about it, just getting this kind of, seeing that stuff in the wild and everything, man.
Absolutely. And I think that's why we try to stay away from online. Nothing is against, I just had a pickup on Macari, actually.
Macari's awesome.
It wasn't a video game, actually, though.
Did you buy that special outfit? I didn't mean to call you out like that, but I know you've been eyeballing that dress.
That dress, yeah. What's the dress? When you go to leave, just run, okay? I'm not holding Max back.
I'm going out a window.
You're going out that window right there. Your car's right there. You can
just boom.
No, actually, it was the Deadpool 2 steelbook.
Okay, so kind of worse.
Get out of here! Deadpool's amazing.
Oh, it is. It's such an amazing movie.
When the trailer, the little snippet came out on the Super Bowl, I was like, "Oh, I'm about to pre-order the steelbook for the third movie." And I got thinking, I was like, "I don't have the second one," so I went ahead and went on Macari, and I found it. And what was great, it has 2 dents. But here's the thing, and this is why I like Macari. The collectors were very open about it. Yes. So if you're really wanting to get something, definitely go to Macari's website or go to their app. I mean, because there's people there that are very transparent because they're also collectors and they know what people are looking for.
I'm glad you brought that up. So I actually had a recent pickup on Macari. Are you familiar with the Switch games, those Prinny Presents, where they put those 2 NIS?
I am.
So I bought the first one pre-owned from GameStop, and it didn't come with the deluxe box. Yeah. And then I bought the second one from GameStop, and it did. So in my head, I was like, well, I have to have the box. Yeah. Found a person selling just the box and all the inserts, but not the game. And I bought it, and he messaged me actually and was like, hey, before I send it and everything, you are fully aware this doesn't come with the game. Like, this is just... And I was like, you know what? You didn't have to do that. I already clicked bought. Like, I bought it. I didn't message you. I just bought it. The fact that he did that, he was like, I can cancel the sale. Like, it won't hurt nothing. Just let me know if you actually knew this. And I was like, man, I appreciate that. Thank you. But yes, I did buy this with that intention just to get it complete. And to me, that's awesome.
Absolutely.
You can trust these people because they're, like you said, most of these are either collectors, resellers, not as much reselling going on, but a lot of collectors just getting rid of their own stuff.
Absolutely. And I think that's what really makes it different.
Yes.
So that leads to the one you were talking about in the old recording.
Yes.
It's gonna get thrown away. I'm so mad about
I am too. It makes me cool. So my biggest tip I can give to people is make connections, build friendships. Some of my best pickups have been because of people I've known, I've built relationships with, and just know. For $100 once, I got a mini fridge, a Jungle Green N64, and a few games because the dude came in and I would talk to him, be super nice with him. Finally, he was like, look, man, I'm getting rid of this stuff. I want it gone. $100, it's yours. Yeah. And he was going to put it online for much more because I know you personally. I'll cut you a deal. I bet. I mean, I had to for that. For a Jungle Green N64, mini fridge was free.
Those are the Jungle Green 64. I think I was looking at the red one, which I mean the colors are different, but I was looking at one in a store the other day. It was $180.
Yeah, no, they've gone up. And at that time, they were going for about $100.
Yeah, you came ahead in that. I would have took that deal too, just for the mini fridge. Like mini fridges are expensive.
I mean, and don't suspect there's a. another situation where this guy came in and it was an older gentleman. He probably was in his 50s, 60s. Had a huge collection he was just wanting to get rid of. I got a suitcase of original Xbox games off of him just because I was nice to him in the store and talking to him and helped him just answering questions. And he was like, well, hey, would you be interested in this? And I was like, I 100% pay $30 for it. And it came, like I said, an original Xbox and a ton of games. So building connections, and especially with your local game stores, build a rapport with them because
absolutely,
it really helps. And don't go in there trying to think you know more, you can haggle a price.
Absolutely,
that's just gonna
like and if you're in a pawn shop, absolutely haggle because that you can deal with them. But if you go to a retro store, and I mean like designed retro store, that's how they make their money is selling those games. And they're set at that price because they bought them off of somebody, most likely using price charting as the source.
Or eBay's like sell things.
Recent sales, and so like they have to make a profit off that, and that's how they make their living. So like 9 times out of 10, like if you go in there and haggle, they're going to be less likely to try to deal with you at all.
Yeah, and you're just going to aggravate them. And even when I've been nice with them, I've gotten deals from being a loyal customer, recommending people to them. I've came in there and I mean they've sold me a game for $50 less. It doesn't happen like every time I go in there, and I don't expect it. No. But when it does happen, I'm grateful.
No, absolutely.
And it's just being friendly with the guys.
I built a rapport. Unfortunately, that person is no longer there, but like. I would go in and like every time I made a purchase, I think I got I'm not for sure, but I got the employee discount on stuff because like I would go to my receipt and like there was stuff off, and I was like, oh my God, like thanks.
And it's just an appreciative thing. Yeah, you just thankful. And like I said, and then if people are looking for game stores, I recommend any of them. And another thing I want to bring up, if they're trying to downsize a little bit and they have a bunch of stuff they're wanting to get rid of for a set price, you can negotiate a little bit then, but be fair with it. Like you want these guys to be, you want them, they're local, so they're not these giant corporates. You want them. This is how they're feeding their families essentially. So you want them to succeed. So pay. I mean, not saying pay outrageously more, but I mean pay what's fair to you and them. Like I have no problem supporting these businesses.
And if you walk in and you feel like the price is too high, don't buy it.
Yeah, just walk away.
Yeah, just walk away. If you think you can get it cheaper, then by all means.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, that's really just building connection.
Yeah.
I'm friendly with, even if like something's wrong with my transaction, I'm not rude.
No, absolutely.
Never be rude.
My years in customer service, like I can't get mad at anybody who makes a mistake because like, and I'm sure there are more stressful jobs like out there. I'm not saying that like food service is the one-stop shop of like being the most stressful job in the world.
I feel like building a nuclear bomb is a little bit more stressful, but not much.
Not much. Very similar and very similar.
Yeah, you're dealing with the same kind of aggravation.
You got Karens.
Yeah.
I feel like they're both in each field. So,
difference is one mistake and one of them is no longer anybody's problem.
Exactly. You make a mistake, no one else has to deal with it.
You don't have to deal with the complaint issues. There's no customer service, HR. It's just over.
It's literally that pull the pin and wait type of situation.
Yeah, you just wait 5 seconds and nobody's problem.
Yep.
Complaint solved.
Yeah, absolutely. But what was it? Like, with customer service, after I worked there for so long, I mean, I was there until I got out of high school until last year, I'm sorry, we're in 2024 now. Last year, I got out of like customer service, and like, I still can't be mean to anybody. No, like, and they're human. People make mistakes.
Yes, and being rude to them, like, at that point, the moment you start being rude,
absolutely. You've lost it.
Yeah, they're not going to reach that extra hand out to try to help you just because you're being mean. It's yelling at them. You might be able to get what you want that way, but it's not. You just being nice is going to make it go 20 times farther.
Funny, going to add to that and to derail a little bit, so you'll have to bring me back in. But to touch on my personal life, a little bit, I don't know if the mic picked up the little.
I hope so. That was perfect.
I hope so. But no, I was in an accident this week.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go into too much details because it's an ongoing investigation right now. I don't want to, like, what's the word? Get myself in trouble.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know if I can, because I mean it's just a car accident. But
you've already said too much.
But no, I was in a car accident this week.
3 people have died, and we're talking. I'm just playing. Nobody's died. I hope.
He was okay when I talked to him.
He was fine.
Yeah, but like I was not at fault. Just want to state that it was the other. Well, I don't know. We're still investigating. I don't want to say too much. I've already have, but no. Like as soon as I was hit, I got out and I was like, "Are you okay, man?" And I was nice as I could be. Was I frustrated at the situation? Absolutely. I was very upset.
Yeah.
But me getting angry at him, it's not going to solve anything. And right now, I need information from him. He's not going to want to give me his information if I'm screaming at him and yelling at him. I was like, "Are you okay?" And he was okay. And I called the cops. The whole kit and caboodle happened. We'll talk about it off the pod because there's some stuff I haven't told you yet. But it's in any situation and interacting with people, it's important to realize that they're people.
Yes. And
be nice to them because you never know. Like you don't know what that person's going through.
Oh, absolutely.
And like mistakes happen. Yep. I mean, no one's perfect, and that's important to remember.
I'm pretty sure I was a mistake.
I'm 98 positive you're a mistake.
I'm almost positive. I don't think my mom wanted me, but here I am. She loves me now.
She loves you now.
It took 18 years. But she didn't have to care for me no more.
She watched the podcast, so I can't wait till she watches it. It's like, you were not a mistake.
Oh no, she will agree with me. I guarantee it.
My God.
I can't say I'm on the podcast because I think we would get flagged. But some of the stuff she's told people about me, it's hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, there's some good ones.
You'll have to tell me later. But no, I tell people all the time. I'm like, yeah, if it wasn't for mistakes, I wouldn't be here.
Amen. Yeah. See, there's happy mistakes.
Yeah. Well.
If I had a choice, I wouldn't be here, but I'm just playing.
Oh my God, no!
We'll have to edit that one out, won't we?
You're making my job harder.
That's pickle. That one kind of slipped off the tongue. That was bad.
That was bad.
I'm sorry.
That's going to get us flagged for sure.
I guarantee. So, next tip. Let me think for a second. I got some good ones, I think.
Aside from making mentions of self-harm.
No, not self-harm. Just
you wish you weren't here.
Not like I'm not going to hurt myself, but like if I had a choice, I'd be like, "Hey, mom, use the protection." Like life's hard, man.
I have a joke for that, but I'm not telling it on the pod. I have a joke perfectly for that, and
bills suck. I don't like paying bills.
No one does, dude.
Yeah, who would want to sign up for that?
Well, no. When do we agree to that? Yeah.
Taxes. I don't want those.
I don't. Well, I like it after like this time of year because then I'm like, hey.
Yeah. They pay me like a little tiny bit of what I paid into them. Like, definitely getting screwed in this end.
Oh yeah, no. This is America.
Woo!
Yeah.
So tip number 2 from me, I'm gonna say. Yes. Download.
Yes, that's it.
Yes. Download something to help keep track of your collection.
Absolutely, or at least keep a list.
Yes, because I can't tell you how many times now. When I first started collecting, I didn't have this problem because I could just memorize everything. But now I'm upwards almost at 2,000 games that's been added. And there's times, I'm almost positive I did it today because I bought some games and I think I bought a duplicate.
Right.
And it wasn't in my phone, but I don't have everything in my collection cataloged yet. So.
I need to get on that.
But I have 2. I do price charting and CLZ games.
CLZ is the one you showed me.
Yeah, CLZ games is awesome. In price charting, I use it because I use it to check prices on things. So
absolutely.
I can go ahead and just add and if something happened to CLZ, I have a backup. Or if something happens to price charting, I have the backup. So I recommend those 2. There's Game Eye. That one's really good as well. I'm lazy. I don't want to enter everything into Game Eye, or I would have Game Eye. But definitely keep something to keep track of everything. And in the case of something would happen, like you said, you've had house fires.
Yeah.
I know what I lost. And if you have insurance on your stuff, because you can now get game insurance.
Really?
Yeah. There's actually, shout out to another big YouTuber, Metal Jesus, did a video about having game insurance and stuff. And you can protect your collection. This is another way to keep track of what's in your collection. So highly recommend that.
Man, I had a copy of Little Samson.
Oh yeah, just start adding. I thought about that.
It's so gone. I miss it so much. It was my most prized possession.
Yeah, I just can't live without it.
What's the grading system for video games?
Oh, it was a 10 on the water grade system.
It was a 10 on the water. I'll never be able to replace it.
Freaking good World Championship 2000 what for the Nintendo?
I had that too.
Yeah, I would have everything. Yeah. My phone would just be maxed.
It's like funny. This was added yesterday after the fire. I know.
That's the worst part about it. Any more tips I can think of off the top of my head that are just good to know? Buying guides.
Absolutely.
If you're looking to start collecting for a system and you're not wanting to go crazy and get all the shovelware or have a complete set, you just want kind of the best of the best, go to YouTube, look up buying guides.
There's plenty of guys out there that are willing to show you some of their collection, what they think is like the best games for the system. I mean, I definitely could do that with the PS2.
Yeah, we could easily. I could go over a PS4 buying guide and tell you all the games I would recommend, all the different models.
I forget you do PS4.
Yeah, how many crazy?
How many are you up to in the 4?
So cataloged, it's added in my collection. I'm at 679. I'm probably setting close to 730.
Oh my god!
That I haven't just added yet.
So I know you now have a 5. Is that right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've been buying like crazy for my 5.
Okay, so my question is, and this is my something I've been wondering what I'm going to do. Mm-hmm. So with the PS4, for titles that are PS4 and PS5, do you buy both?
Yeah.
Okay.
My end goal of my collection is I want to have almost like a museum. I want to have complete sets of almost not everything because I know that's impossible. I will die before then, but I want to have a ton of games. Like I want to be able to go into my game room one day and just see endless games. To me, that's my end goal. So I do have a ton of duplicates. Like Batman Arkham City, I have it on the PS3. I have it on the PS4 in that dual bundle. I have it on the Xbox 360. Like I buy these games multiple times, but I'm not paying full price for them. I'll find them for $3-4. Well, if I can't afford $3-4,
absolutely.
But I buy duplicates. So if it comes out on the PS4 and PS5, I'll buy both. I'll tend to buy the PS4 version before I buy the 5 version, or I'll buy them both together.
Well, and the good thing about the new systems is they upgrade automatically. Yeah. It's not your set at the PS4 quality.
And then so if I buy a PS4 game, I won't play it on my 5. It gives me a reason to keep my PS4 plugged up and play on my 4. So I'm a little OCD about how I do things there, but if I buy it for that system, I play it on the system I bought it for.
So my system that I have my 5, which plays my PS5 and my PS4s. Then I have my PS3 that is the backwards compatible one, and I use that to play my 3, my 2, and my 1.
That's smart. That's honestly really smart. No, I will use my PS2 to play my PS1 games, but I have a working PS1. It's a pain in the butt to drag it out.
Which actually brings me to another tip that I just happened to think of. The PS3 I bought, the warranty seal is still on it.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
Yeah, the warranty seal is still on it. So, that tells me that they didn't go into it, or a technician didn't go into it and, work on it. Or maybe they had I do know you can get, duplicate ones from AliExpress. I don't know, I'm not going to say the business or anything, but I don't know if what their process was. I'm not accusing of anything. I just want to be clear. But the warranty sticker's still on there. So I know that if I was looking at that at a flea market or something,
it hasn't been tampered with.
It hasn't been tampered with, number one, which means you most likely have a working system. But number 2, you may need to replace the thermal paste. Okay. I would definitely try to reach out to a technician to do that. I wouldn't try to do that yourself unless you really know what you're doing. Then by all means,
have at it.
Yeah, by all means, have at it. But you definitely want to replace your thermal paste every 5 or 6 years, because we have this PS2 back here, and I know I hear it. It's just blowing away, and we're only on just a little loop of Ratchet and Clank there,
and it's going strong. Though.
It's going strong. I'm really proud of it. When I got this, it had the traditional PS2 quirk where it didn't want to read the disc.
Oh, yeah.
So I had to take it apart and
I've gone through so many
gear.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. It was really fun, but we got it reads most games now. If you try to watch a movie on it, I know sometimes it will get choppy or it'll skip.
Yep.
And I don't know if that's just because of the PS2 being the PS2, or if it's just because I need to replace something. But it's playing the games fine, and I have a PS5, so why wouldn't I watch a movie on that?
Yeah.
So I'm not too worried about it.
I hated that stage. Those little suction things would kill the crap out of me.
I don't remember it very
Is that my
fondly.
mom? No, sorry. I just saw a scrawny looking guy.
We'll talk about this off the pod, but there's something about this TV that bothers me. I don't know if you can tell what it is or not.
It's tiny.
But no, actually, that's not what bothers me. See,
Yeah,
that bothers me. That's an issue with CRTs.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure. I wish there was like a setting to adjust the screen on this game, but there's not. Anyway, we're derailing once more. CRTs, CRTs are a big thing coming up soon.
They look great on old systems.
Yeah, I mean, I
cheap.
This guy's definitely tiny, but I don't want a gigantic. Like, I do want a Trenton.
Yeah, but God, they're so heavy.
They're heavy, and I want to wait till I'm in a permanent spot that I can set that Trenton on. So, like, when I lift it and I put it down, it's not moving.
Oh yeah, no.
Because I will definitely have issues of trying to move it because I already have back problems.
Nope. So 2 more tips, and then I think I'm done.
Go ahead.
All right. So my second to last one, yard sales.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yard sales are amazing. Flea markets a little bit because then you got those people who kind of. I'm not saying go to yard sales and screw people over, but you can usually get a good deal. Someone just trying to clean out. I mean, I've never been to a yard sale and been like, seeing a game that's worth $60 and be like, hey, I'll pay you $60 for it, but I'm not like, I'll give you $10 for this. No. I'll pay fair. Like, I'll do like $30.
Yeah, no, like, and like, usually I'll ask their price on it. And if it's like high or low, I'll negotiate.
Yeah, negotiate. Don't try to screw people because that's just wrong. But
and like, I don't know, like for the flea market that's near us, there's like 2 parts of it. There's one part that's basically a yard sale. People just bring their stuff there and open up like their trunk and stuff and sell stuff.
How about it, kids?
Yeah, really, that's what they do. And so you can haggle there.
Yes.
But there are some stand-in stores that have been there for years and will try to negotiate way over what those games are worth.
You do run into that problem.
Yeah. So, and that once again leads back to the number 1 tip: do your research.
Yeah, 100. You always do your research on everything.
And and this goes for the grandmas out there too. Like we love you, grandmas. You make some excellent cookies.
Grammy's cooking.
Yeah. Grandma's cooking can never be beaten.
No,
it's fantastic. But do your research. Talk to your kids. Definitely like figure out what they have. Like, not everything's Nintendo anymore. I don't know why they'd be watching this podcast.
Oh, we have grandmas watching this podcast. They love us.
Is it your mom?
Yes. She loves us.
She loves you. I don't know how she feels about me.
Yeah, she said you're alright.
She said I'm alright.
Yeah. Nothing special.
Sounds like my dad.
Amen. I'll be shocked if my dad watches this. He probably wouldn't support it. He doesn't support anything. Definitely not child support.
I know. The way you had that pause, I was waiting on. I was going to wait on you to be like, because he's dead.
No, he's alive.
Like, oh, okay. Well,
I think. I don't know.
We don't stay in touch for sure.
Absolutely not.
Should we go?
And my last tip. Oh crap! I forgot it and I remembered it and then I forgot it again. What was it? It was a good one. Yard sales, and then it was into what?
I can't read your mind.
That's the problem. I wish you could, because it's. I'm
glad I can't.
Oh, you'd be scared.
I'm scared already.
No, we'll come back to it eventually.
It will come back.
It'll come back eventually.
So we're at the start of a new month. And we did skip last month's second episode.
Yes.
I got really tied down with my school stuff, number 1. But we also knew we were going to be together to do this
PlayStation podcast.
So we took some time off so we could do kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Also to add a little more time to editing. So this will still go out next Wednesday.
I remember that tip now.
Yeah. Hold on to it. Pin it.
All right, we got this.
So right after JP's tip, his final tip, if he doesn't forget it again, we're going to go into our pickups of the month of February. We just pulled some that we found.
Yeah, my favorite ones.
Out and about.
Yeah.
Mine were not that much, but we found some out and about. We picked them up, and we're going to talk about them. So go ahead with that final tip, sir.
Find out what kind of collector you are.
Absolutely.
That's a big one. Because I did it when I first started collecting. I went for everything and anything, and then I realized real quick you just can't do that.
And I'm a very casual collector. We were discussing this. I only collect games that I'm interested in, or maybe I saw a clip of one on YouTube and thought I would like to try it. I don't. The only one I'm doing complete on is the 64, and I may regret that because there's a lot of games there. Like 300 games, yeah, it's a small collection compared to most consoles, but am I going to play all those 296 games to completion?
No.
If I'm really determined.
Yeah, you could do it easily, but do you want to play all those sport titles?
No.
It's just kind of.
I don't like Madden now with a good controller and good graphics. You think I'm gonna like it on 64?
No, it's gonna be brutal. But yeah, just really try to figure out what kind of where he's more of a casual. I'm a little bit more extreme where I'm going for complete sets and stuff. So kind of figure out and then pick your system that you want to go for and mainly focus on collecting for that. Like PS4 is my baby right now. So anytime I go out, that's the first thing I check is PS4 games.
Yeah.
Then I go to Wii U. And then I'm going to PS3. Those are kind of my big three right now. But if you find good deals for systems that you collect for, don't pass on them either. But just kind of focus on what you're mainly going for and then go from there.
Absolutely.
All right. That's my last tip.
All right.
So, one more, actually. Don't start collecting. It's awful. This is all a scam.
Here's the thing. My perspective on games in general, since I become a collector, have changed.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not saying I don't enjoy games. I still do. But when I go to buy a game, that's where my perspective has changed because I'm like, does it have a case?
Yes.
And especially now, did it come with a booklet?
That's a big deal. I wish we would get those still. I hate not getting manuals.
I miss being like a kid and opening up the case and there's a booklet and I can read it and see what the controls are. So I'm kind of familiar when I sit down.
Get some of the story, the characters, all that cool stuff.
Absolutely. So I'm actually going through The Last of Us Part 1. I've never played it or beaten it.
You're in for a time.
No, I'm on the tail end now. For spoilers for those who have not played it or watched the show. I'm to the part where Joel's sick.
Ellie's taking care of him.
Yeah, she brought him the medicine, and now she's running from these guys. I was literally playing it before you pulled in. Oh, I'm right on the end.
It's dark.
I'm right on the end. I know.
That's the big dramatic. Oh man, you're at one of the best parts of the game.
See, and here's the thing. Everyone will talk about it, and I've died. I looked at the stats. I've died 50 times.
Oh, I don't even know how many times I died.
I'm on easy.
I bought that game the day it came out, and I used to play in a local band. I had band practice, I had show choir practice, and then I had a dinner with some family members. So I canceled show choir practice, canceled band practice, canceled dinner, and the only time my mom saw me, I played it from start to finish. I beat it in one setting. Only time my mom saw me, I ran downstairs in my underwear, grabbed a bag of chips, and I think I hissed at her, and then ran back upstairs just to get back on the game. That's how intense that game was for me. I did 2 playthroughs back to back like that.
Everyone told me to play it, and I was like, it's not for me because I suck at stealth, and that was why I didn't like it. But
Leroy Jenkins. It's hard as heck. I don't recommend it, but Leroy Jenkins.
That's what I've been doing. Listen, anytime it's humans, I'm like, oh, this is predictable. Bam, bam.
Just take a break and hit them.
Yeah,
hit and run. It works in real life, too.
Yeah, I've never dealt with clickers in real life, but people in a brick.
Oh, you can in any situation. No,
do as we say and not as we do.
Yes.
No, we're just joking. I've never murdered anyone. I don't know about you.
Do you pick up some? Not that I know of. Probably.
Probably. Yeah, I'll go first.
Casual murder.
If I don't make this video, after this video, if I die, y'all know what happened, all right?
Icicle. Right to the right here.
Because it melts and there's no evidence. Oh, you're so funny.
No, so I can lick it after I'm done.
Oh my god. You're so dark. I love it. All right, so my first pickup. This is a big one.
Wow.
I know. Okay, actually I take that back. I did buy it at one point.
Okay.
Target had it for Black Friday.
Okay.
It was $30 at Target, which was a killer deal.
Yeah, no, any Nintendo thing for $30.
Yeah, I picked it up, and I think I traded it in shortly after because the value doesn't drop down on it. No. So literally the $30 I put into it, I got back in store credit later on. So It wasn't that big of a loss for me, but at the same time, I never beat it. It was just I got in a bond and had to hurry up and get rid of it.
Okay.
So I ended up selling it because at the time I wasn't playing it too heavily. And ever since I've gotten rid of it, I was like, God, I want it back.
Yeah.
So it's Super Mario Odyssey on the Switch. I ended up picking it up at Walmart. I was literally in there and I was like, you know what? If they have a copy of Odyssey, I'll pick it up. there wasn't one in the cabinet. And I was like, well, I guess that's a telltale sign. But I was still walking around because that's something I do. I just check all the game sections, see what's on sale, if there's any good deals. And I walked over to their like $20 game section, and I saw this in plastic with a clearance sticker on it for $40.
That's not bad.
Because some crotch goblin has opened the plastic up on it. For $40, I bought it because at GameStop this game's $55.
Yeah, you can't beat
I
that.
think regardless, either way, I came out ahead.
Yeah.
So yeah, this was one of my pickups in February, just because I was like, why not? At that price, why wouldn't I?
Can't beat it. I go.
You're good. It's your turn.
Pick this up at a pawn shop.
Oh my god, it's garbage.
Dropped it now.
Go ahead. I'm so sorry. I didn't even look at what it was.
It's called Quantum Theory. I had no idea about this game. This is my first. I saw it. I was like, I've never seen it before. I'm gonna try it. It is a Gears of War knockoff.
Really?
It is almost plays identical. It has the same cover mechanics, almost the same guns, and it had the same. It has like in Gears you have the Lancer and the Sniper was my combo. I would use those two. Same as that. I got a sniper rifle in this game, and then I had the starting gun, and I felt natural. It felt just like a Gears game. The story, you kind of have these towers that appear. You can kind of see it there, and you have to go and take them out, and you're fighting all these like evil creatures. Very more golf than what Gears is. But if you're a huge fan of Gears, you would absolutely love this.
Yeah, I might have to check that out.
Yeah, dude. Is it 2 players? No, it's just well, it has online play, but I didn't even check to see if the online play was a thing. But yeah, man, I had a blast with it. I was really loving it. Great game.
So this is another Gears of War knockoff.
Oh,
Transformers: War of Cybertron.
Really?
Okay, it's not like super heavy Gears of War, but when I played it, it's a third person over the shoulder. You're kind of big and bulky, and you're going for cover. You're shooting. It's not exactly like Gears of War, but when I was playing it, I was like, this kind of feels like Gears of War.
Okay.
I've only played like 20 or 30 minutes of it just to test.
Yeah.
So I may be completely wrong. I may get into this and change my mind completely. But it's the Transformers: War of Cybertron is the first one. And then we picked up the second one, if you recall, at the pawn shop.
Yeah.
And I said, man, I'm going to have to find the first one. Well, I found it at a shop in Huntington, and I was like, I have to pick it up. So I did end up picking it up. I played 20 minutes of it. I want to play more. I just haven't had time. But it's been a lot of fun so far. And a lot of the voice actors, if I'm not mistaken, came back to voice the characters.
That's pretty cool.
So it's really cool. I've really enjoyed it so far.
And those aren't cheap games either. Those are actually pretty sought after games. Like, they're pretty rare.
And I got it for that price.
That's not bad.
No, it was a killer deal, and I couldn't pass it up.
Am I good?
Yep, you were good to go, sir.
Rhapsody Marvel Kingdom Chronicles. This is a very so that's fully understand. So this is the second and third game, and I've never played the first game. And basically it's a turn-based RPG, and it's very corny. There's a lot of singing in it, and your main character controls these puppets, and you kind of find them running around and stuff, and she's trying to escape the castle because her mom and dad are out, and she wants to explore and find a man to get married. I thought it seemed weird. I was having a blast. It is solid. If you're into turn-based RPGs, traditional PS1 style graphics, you will love it.
It looks like she is breastfeeding.
I think that's her mom, so it makes sense. I have no idea, though. I haven't made it that far in the game. And she is kind of young. Not that young, but kind of young. But yeah, these are like the Muppets. Or not Muppets, but the puppets you get that you can control. Yeah, Kermit the Frog's not how it feels in the game, though, that would make it 20 times better. Just have him and, what's the pig's name?
Miss Piggy.
Miss Piggy, yeah. I was trying to think Porky Pig. That's Looney Tunes.
That's Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
Oh, don't mess with me on my animation.
Oh, I know Looney Tunes. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm, sure. That's what everyone says. Do you know who voiced the Looney Tunes?
Yeah, the pig and the rabbit and the duck.
Yeah, you know who voiced them?
Yeah, they did. That's right. They talk.
I know who voiced them, all right?
All right, you know a little bit more than me.
And like, so here, this is off topic, but it's Mel Blanc is his name. Maybe saying that last name wrong. But he was very prominent voice actor.
Yeah.
But on his tombstone, it says Mel Blanc, man of 1,000 voices.
All right, I know who you're yeah.
Yes. So it was like on a funny like tombstone thing, and everyone's like, I don't get it. Man of 1,000 voices. That sounds like a World of Warcraft weapon. And I was like, they're not wrong, and I was like, that's why that's who that is. So I don't know. No one knows who it is, and I do, and then I had to share that with the internet. I hope you guys enjoyed that.
Thanks for wasting 2 minutes of this podcast. Just playing. That's I didn't know that. You learned something.
So that was my 13th reason. Thank you. You've never seen 13. Okay, you got it. I got so nervous for a minute. I was like, great, that's another joke you didn't get.
No, I've seen it.
Great, fantastic. We love it. We love it. We want more of it.
Yes.
Yes. All right, so here is my next one.
Oh, what you got?
The Godfather. Yes. So here's the thing. I've never seen the movie. I've never seen the movie at all.
I haven't either.
But I picked it up because everyone was saying this game was excellent. There were some of the voices.
I've heard the same thing.
Some of the people from the movie came back to voice their characters in this. I don't know if that's true or not, but I played like 20 minutes of it. Thought it was really good so far. The fighting is a little different. You use the right analog to fight.
In the left one? Like the left one's to move and the right one's to fight?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's actually Jet Li Rise to Honor is a game that first introduced it to me.
Dude, so I have that on a jam pack. If you ever come across that, I wouldn't mind. If you come across it in a store, I wouldn't mind having a copy.
I think I have extra. I can give you one. Yeah, I got you.
See? Once again, connections.
Yeah, I'm almost positive because I bought a Black Label and I had a greatest hits.
So when the camera goes off, I'm giving him like 10 minutes of call time. So
there we go.
Yeah. See? That's how you make your connections. In more ways than one.
I remember getting so mad because my sister got the hang of the double analog sticks before I did, and I got so mad I was going to break it. I was like 7 or 8 when I played it, and I was so freaking mad. My face was all red, and I was yelling at her. It took me like months to get the hang of it, and when I got the hang of it, I love double analog sticks.
Oh yeah,
it's so much fun.
I do wish they would bring it back. I think the most recent one that comes to mind that done it was Scarlet Nexus.
That does do double analog sticks, doesn't it? I forgot about that.
Yeah, I think it doesn't come very often anymore.
No, you never see it hardly. But Jet Li was such an amazing game. Oh,
he done a couple of them. I thought he done Rise of Honor. Didn't he do more? I may be wrong.
I think there may be another one, but I don't know for sure.
Okay. Well, like I said, it could be
if
wrong.
There is one, let us know in the comments.
I'm gonna do an extra one though because it goes in order, and I just want to go ahead and throw it out. Is The Godfather 2 for the PS3. I know. There's also part 3, but I was like, they were both reasonably priced, and I was like, well, might as well just get them.
Knock them both out.
Yeah, and if I play the first one, then I have the other one ready to go.
Yeah.
And if I come across the third one, I'll definitely pick it up. But I did not play this one at all, to be honest. I looked at the disc. Usually with PS3, you're pretty safe if you look at the disc.
Yeah, do the fingernail. Like, that's another thing. If you're looking at those Blu-ray, do the fingernail trick. If you can feel it with your nail, chances are it might not work. So be on the safe side and don't do it.
Absolutely, yeah. So Blu-rays are pretty safe with. So I just went ahead and picked it up. I haven't had an opportunity to really get into it yet, but I'm excited to play these because I'm also a fan of the Mafia series.
Okay.
I really like Mafia, and I think this is going to be similar. So
heck yeah. My go. So I picked up the Legend of Heroes Trials of Cold Steel 3 and 4 for the PS5.
I've heard of this series.
This is an amazing series. Oh, it's so massive. You have the Legends of Heroes Trials into the Sky, Trials from Zero, and then the Trials of Cold Steel, and they're all tied together. I picked this one up for more of a kind of a stupid reason. These games get super valuable, so I didn't buy it for that reason.
You dirty, no good for nothing.
But it's like if you don't get these when they first come out, you got to pay almost like $100 for them. So I'd rather buy them with the intentions of playing them because I love the series. I played the first one, and they're solid RPGs. Yeah. But they're just super hard to find, and they get super valuable. So I went ahead and bought it the day it released. The graphics are amazing. Great stories from what I've played so far. But yeah, just grabbed it, and it looks cool. And
absolutely,
he's got big swords.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, no, I've been trying to pick up RPGs, and that was one of the ones that was suggested to me by
amazing series.
A couple people.
It's huge,
and I think it's with those like they trying to pick them up all the time. Like you said, they get expensive.
Yeah, if you don't get them on day one.
So that's one of the few games that, like, if I see it on Steam on sale, I just grab it because I don't want to fight it, but I also do want to experience it.
Yes.
Like like I said, I try to stick to physical for the most part because I do like to support the physical developers, those people that are producing these discs. I try my best to do so, but at times, it gets a little hard, especially with those games because they kind of fly under the radar. Yeah. Like you'll hear about them, then everybody's asking for them, but nobody pre-ordered it, so the store didn't get any extra copies. Yeah.
That's becoming a more common thing now. They don't get a lot of extras. If you don't pre-order it, it's like they didn't get an extra copy of that. I was the only person who pre-ordered it, and it was the only copy they got.
No, I'm thinking about going ahead and seeing if Epic Mickey's up and pre-ordering that for my 5.
even big titles, they're
Yeah.
not sending a ton of extras now.
Absolutely.
Unless Nintendo would jam pack them.
Yeah, Nintendo knows they're going to sell.
Yeah.
And so, like, they don't care to overstock.
I'm going to check and make sure Figsy hasn't messaged me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's getting close to our little introduction
All
soon.
right, no, we don't have nothing yet, so we
Okay.
should be good. Okay, I just
I'm
want to make
hoping
sure.
I'm hoping he sends us a Zoom link and I can set it up.
That's what
and
I'm
everything.
thinking it's going to be.
Okay. Well, we'll be wrapping this up soon. And I didn't want to miss a message with him trying to get it set up. Absolutely. So is it my turn?
Yes.
Okay. Next game is Pac-Man World 2.
Such a good game.
I recently picked up the remake. I've been playing it. I actually picked it up on Steam. It was on sale, and I was like, "Oh my god, this would be great for my Steam Deck."
Yeah.
So I downloaded it on my Steam Deck, and I played some of it, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is great!" And I was like, "They haven't done the second one yet." But I remember as a kid, some of my dad's friends, they had kids, and they had this game. And I remember watching them play it and thinking this game looked awesome, and I had to play it. So I did pick it up. So once I beat the remake, I'll be going back through because I done tested this. I'll be going back through and playing this.
It gets hard. There's some levels in it that, it gets hard.
Yeah, but I enjoy platformers that are challenging.
Yes.
Because, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with playing games that are built for kids. There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
I played the Lego Star Wars game and had an absolute...
Pony.
Episode 2, and it made its entrance.
Yep, it's coming.
I knew it was coming. Let's explain the story on that real quick. So, as we know, John collects pretty intensively
for PS4.
For PS4,
I'm going for a complete set. I know you can't accomplish it now because they're still making games. But so one of the games I found for a good price was My Little Pony at Maritime Bay. Hear me out.
No.
Hear me out.
No.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
I'm trapped in a room with a brony. If somebody could come save me,
you know what? That makes me a brony for enjoying. I'm a brony. I hate to say it, I'm not a brony. Nowhere near a brony. But it was fun. It's a little collectathon, and it's just mindless running around. The Unicorn Princess sucked, but My Little Pony was good.
That was the joke when I worked at the game store. Everybody was like, "That's the game we're going to get you for Christmas," and I was like, "Bring it on."
I'll play it.
And that's the problem. Is I have so many things that people have gifted to me that I won't part with because it was a gift.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
That's how I got most of my Deadpool pops. Is somebody gifted them to me, and I refused to part with them because they were a gift.
It means more.
It means more. I cherish those more than the ones I physically bought.
Yep.
I know that sounds weird. I know everyone's like, "Oh, you need to work for it because you'll respect it more." And I'm the exact opposite.
No,
if you
give it for free.
Huh?
Give it for free. I love it 20 times more.
I love free stuff, but no, if you gift me something, there's a likelihood, unless there's for some odd reason I have a double and I will gift it to someone else or something. But if you gift me something, I'm most likely going to hang on to it for life. Because I just cherished it. You took the time to buy me something.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Being a gift just makes it so much more worth it.
That's why I say I'm a gift every year to you.
I appreciate you. So another one, I picked up this one in the PS4 version at the same time because Amazon had a sale on it. Cryomochnia. So I hated myself because I didn't pick this up day one. Yeah, it's really weird.
Both the ones all the ones you've shown so far have been in NIS, with the exception of I think one.
Yeah, NIS. Yeah, no, you're right. That's weird. I didn't realize I was buying that many NIS games.
Yeah.
I guess I'm a fan of that company.
Yeah.
They make some good games, but have you ever heard of the game Crossstar?
No, but this looks really interesting.
So basically, this is to go into kind of a little bit of the story. You die, you get brought back as a machine, and you're fighting these things. And the biggest thing about this game is played on emotions. I don't want to go into it too much because it's a little complicated.
You're fighting these things.
Yes, they're trying to bring humanity back, and because the world got destroyed because of this illness.
By these things.
Robot things. Yeah, what are they called? With flesh shorn and still reborn. That had nothing to do with it, but it sounded cool out loud. Yeah, they're like these synthetic beings. I did not read that off the back of the case. But the big thing about this gaming...
He's only had it for a month, y'all. He couldn't play it yet.
Oh, yes. No, I have not beaten it. I know. But it's a hack and slash. Kind of fast-paced, Devil May Cry style kind of fighting. Emotions is a real big thing. You cry, and you have to feel these... you find these people who have died in their thoughts, and you have to read their thoughts. And this one's not as big. There's a game before this, and they're not... I don't think they're connected at all. called Crastar, and the way you powered your character up was by crying. And this game is heavily influenced by that.
That would be
Beautiful
me.
game.
That would be me if I was a video game.
Yes,
I would just
I
cry,
agree.
and then I would have all the powers.
It's solid on the graphics. Like, it's a lot of fun. Like, I mean, if you haven't tried it out, if you like fast action RPG hack and slash, highly recommend it. It does have a little bit of fan service in it. Nothing like that's going to turn your stomach if you're not into it.
Okay.
But it's a seriously fun game and super fast paced. If you like heavy combos, like you can rack up. I think in my first level, I racked up a 200-point combo, like easily.
Nice.
Like not even trying. Like
Okay.
it's super fun though.
I'll definitely check it out.
Yeah,
then,
highly recommend it.
I like my hack and slashes. This one is a classic, and I'm excited to talk about it. Okay.
Let's hear it. That's all you had to say.
The Simpsons Hit and Run.
Oh my! You got a black. Oh man.
Well, the case is black.
Oh yeah, that's right. You showed me this. The game's greatest hits.
Yeah, the disc is red, unfortunately.
No shame in that.
There's no shame in that, and I'm not complaining. It does have the booklet, and like I'm sure that I could one day find somebody that has a red case with a black label and want to swap.
There you go.
Like I'm not too worried about it. Like
I can't believe we haven't got a remake of that yet, or a new one.
Licensing.
Yeah, true.
That's the problem. Licensing.
That's such a fun game. If you haven't played it,
that's the next thing we need to prophesize. All right, we're putting this out into the universe. We would love a Hit and Run remake on the PS5, all brushed up, looking good. All right.
Yes.
And and while you're at it, South Park on the 64. It's garbage, but we'd like to see it. Yeah.
They got a new one coming out. That Snow Day game that looks really good.
I am scared.
Yeah, I don't like the price they got on. I know that's cheap, but I feel like it's not going to be a true South Park game. I feel like it's going to be just more of a money grabber.
Yeah, I don't like the style.
Okay.
Fractured Butthole and Stick of Truth
We're great.
Were fantastic games. They were, and that's what got me into the RPG genre.
Yes.
Like I hate to say that, but it was just such a great game, and then it encaps the humor of the show ever so well.
They did amazing.
Those games were awesome, and Matt Stone and Trey Parker had a big part in it,
and that's what made it.
And they made sure that like every joke and every reference and everything, it hit. There was never a joke that I missed. Matter of fact, there's one I should have put that in there. I didn't pick it up, but it's one of my favorites, and we'll talk about it later. But there's in the second one, I played it. A friend lended me a copy for the Xbox. And there's a part in the beginning you have to enter a code to enter Cartman's basement.
Okay.
Well, I already knew the code when I started to play it on my 5. So I went ahead and decided I was just going to do the code. I wasn't going to go up to his room and get the note and then walk all the way back down. And literally I put in the code, and then Cartman shows up as a Patriots coach and goes, "Oh, is that what you're going to do? You're going to cheat through your way through the whole game?" And I'm like, what?
Yes. Oh man, the alien scene in the Stick of Truth, that was great.
Randy on the table, it gets me every time. Hey man, first time?
I love that game.
I died to the aliens so many times.
I got a good one. My last two are going to be solid. I'm super excited about this one. Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. This is so much fun. And what I love about this game is such a small thing. Your allies you get. You get your staple like allies that you start the game with, okay? You only get one more that's added into the story. There are other ones. As you do quests and storyline missions, you get these crewmate cards. And then there's a list, like, I think there's 20 characters you can choose from, and that's how you get new allies. So I could play the game and pick different allies than what you pick to start the game. It's like, I like to refer it to kind of as a Monster Hunter knockoff, in a sense. Not like play style, but like how in Monster Hunter you have a story quest, and then you have all these side quests you can do. That's kind of how this is. You pretty much have your main storyline quest, and then you can go and there's a quest counter you can go to. But man, that is a solid game. I absolutely love it.
I've heard of this series and never played it.
The only thing I don't like about it, the story kind of picks off. It doesn't start at the very beginning. It kind of expects you to, like, there's an anime and a manga series that follows it. It kind of expects you to know what's going on. It does explain it in, like, these character, like, I think they're called paralogs. You can go through there and it gives you kind of a background of each character. You can kind of get the gist of the story by going through those, but it's more, when you do that, it's kind of like a visual novel. Gotcha. And then like an action scene at some point when you do it. But by doing those, you level your characters up as well. So you get benefited by doing it. But this is solid game. Absolutely love it. And then the next game I'm talking about is even better.
Yeah, I'm actually out because I've done that 2-for-1, so that's...
Oh, boy. All right.
I don't like the way he's looking at me.
I'm already making a speculation. Game of the year. No doubt. No doubt. I have no. There's nothing coming out that I can think of that's going to top
It's
it.
this Final Fantasy game.
This is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I'm wearing a hat.
I know. I see it.
I'm only on chapter 1.
Okay, so, and here's the thing: I'm not dogging on it. Okay, before I even start this,
I was smacking you.
I understand if you would. No, I'm not dogging on it, and I know I'm acting annoyed. Let me explain why I'm acting annoyed. Okay,
because you're selfish.
I'm very selfish. I'm a selfish lover, and you know this. No. Well, yes, but no. So I was talking with a friend. He's like, "Oh my god, this game is amazing," and I'm like, "That's good for you, man. Like, I'm glad you're really enjoying it." I've never played any of them. I've never played a Final Fantasy.
I respect that.
And he was like, "You haven't played 7?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I was like, "Nah, I haven't played it yet." And I was like, "But I'm thinking about going through the remake." And they're like, "No, play the original first." And I was like, "Yeah, but wouldn't playing the original feel a little bit dated?" And they're like, No. You need to play 7." And they're going to watch this. They all watched the first episode. They're all going to talk about them.
Oh, man.
So I'm going to get dogged on. But like they were all like, "You got to play the original." So now I'm frustrated because at first I thought I just had 2 games to go through. Now I have 3. And like, I understand that, but the internet has ruined the story for me. I already know what happens for a majority. Well, I take that back. I don't know what happens at the end, but I already know what happens to Aerith.
Well, that's the big thing about this one. They're changing things.
Are they?
So I don't want to spoil anything, but things that are supposed to happen aren't happening. Like characters that are not supposed to be there are there.
Okay.
And it is like chapter 1 of this one has already done stuff that the original hasn't, like, didn't do. So, like, well, the first remake, the part 1, did stuff that the original didn't do. So, like, it's a different game. That's why they're telling you to play the original, so you can see what the difference is.
Okay.
I've never played the original Final Fantasy. Don't shoot me. I just haven't. I'm playing the remake first, and then going back and playing the original.
I'm going to try the original. Like, that's my problem. It's like trying to play the original, which, I mean, it's on Steam and stuff now, so it's not that hard to get a hold of and play.
Oh, it's a solid game. I've played a little bit of it. It's solid.
I've heard it is. It's just that it's... When I play a remake, I wish that Square would have just done a one-for-one remake.
Yeah, I can see why they did it.
Yeah, okay.
It's a massive game.
And I haven't got there yet, guys. Don't destroy us in the comments.
No,
here.
Please. We can't take the abuse.
I mean, I don't know. I've seen y'all's relationship, you and your girlfriends.
She's abusive.
I know.
I'm hanging on by a thread.
I know.
Just if the comment section gets on there and say you suck, it just might be.
It might push him over the edge.
13th reason. Yeah. Bring back your joke and use it against you. Mic drop.
All right, that's the end of the episode. I'm out of here.
I'm out of here.
But no, I mean, we're wrapping up at this point, though, for sure. I mean, I will play 7, guys. It's coming. It's just, I'm a college student. I'm working part-time.
Excuses.
Excuse me, guys. Editor's cut. Go.
No, I'll tell you, I'm so excited. I'm playing through it with Chastity right now.
Okay.
And we're only on chapter 1, and I'm having a blast.
See, and sorry, I'm derailing. What I miss, like, come over a little bit more often, little bro. My little brother would sit and watch me play games growing up, and that helped me get through them because we would sit and talk as I played them. And I don't know why that helped me get through games or helped me stay entertained. I guess the ADD, but like, it was really helped me get through a lot of games growing up. That's how I beat Skyrim. He was sitting there watching me play it. Yeah, Fallout. He sat and watched me play it. I mean, any game I played storyline, he would sit and watch me play it, and we would just talk the whole time.
This game is so big in my house. After I beat it with Chastity, I have to go to my mom's and play it with my mom. She wants to see it.
So, funny story. My stepmom, the one I was talking about with the Skylanders, that's her favorite game from her childhood. And she may dog on me because I haven't played it yet. But I bought her the remake.
She's going to disown you.
Well, anyway, the remake, though, I bought her because it came out relatively close to her birthday.
Yeah.
So I bought her the first part, and I was like, here you go. And she got the CD. with it because I bought her the deluxe edition.
Oh, I got the collector's edition. This one.
I didn't do the collectors. I just done the deluxe because it came with a lot of like cool stuff.
Oh yeah.
I knew she wasn't going to want the collectors because it's just really big.
You don't need. I doubt she wants a Sephiroth statue staring at her.
Yeah,
I mean, I could be wrong. She might.
She might. But no, I bought her the little deluxe, and then there was a CD in there for the soundtrack.
Yes.
And I remember I gave it to her, and I was like, okay, well, I gotta go home. I got some homework to do, but I'll see you after I get home, or after you guys get home. I get home, and my brother walks into the room, and he goes, "I hate you." I'm like, what did I do? He's like, she put in that Final Fantasy CD and listened to it the whole way home.
Oh man.
And I said, well, was it good? Because I know that orchestra is amazing.
I'm telling you, your stepmom has a great taste.
She does. As a matter of fact, like that's one of the reasons I want to get into Final Fantasy and play it. She kind of grew out of it. Like she also likes Zelda really well, but she's grown out of it a little bit. And like I want to go through. I wanted her to play Kingdom Hearts.
Oh man,
I love Kingdom Hearts. And that's probably the only Final Fantasy like tie-in I've ever played, but I think she would really enjoy it too. But she, she's an adult. She doesn't have as much time as she would like to devote to games.
So, like, off the record, is she single? I just had...
It's the way you flipped the table, haven't you? Back at me. No, she is.
That's payback.
She is happily married to my dad.
I love you, Chastity. You gotta shoot your shot, though. Does she watch this? Oh God!
I can't wait to have that conversation. I can't wait to have that conversation.
I didn't realize she was gonna watch it.
She watched the first one.
First
one. She literally, like the other day, because after I was in the car accident, she came over and she brought me chimichangas, which was awesome, by the way. And she brought me these chimichangas, and she was talking to me, and she goes, looking back, I could have bought one this guy later if she wanted to.
I love her. Oh my God, that's awesome.
Love her to death. Yeah, I'm hoping one day she gets time and she can actually play through 7, because I know that was one of her favorites, and I would love to see her get to play that.
Oh, that'd be awesome. I would
I would love to sit and watch her play it,
yeah,
and just see her reaction to things. I hate that I wasn't there to see it, but
See, I've been my mom's eyes don't work the way they used to before, so like she can't see all the fact she gets sick, so I have to do all the heavy work. But me and my mom get into it. She gets into it.
That's why you just she needs a new man in her life. Maybe someone who can do all that heavy lifting for her.
Well, if you found one for me, let me know. And then I got one more thing I want to show. So Chastity was so excited about Final Fantasy. She actually drew me a picture.
I forgot about this.
And she was downing herself, saying it didn't look good. I'm actually going to frame it and put it in my game. She says it's going in her journal. It's not. It's going in my game room. But she actually drew a picture of her favorite character, which is Reno.
Yeah.
And I think it's spot on. But my favorite part, though, is the back. She tried to draw a clown and got mad, so she put a sticker in trunk going, oops.
Yeah. No, I definitely kind of, I don't know how it's looking on that side. Definitely kind of get back up and show it.
Yeah, I think it's a solid drawing of it.
It's solid drawing.
She did really good.
I think it's fantastic. I wish I had that art ability.
Oh, I can't even draw stick people. Like, their arms longer than the other.
Oh, yeah. Leg. No, I'm like, I do okay sometimes. Sometimes I draw stuff. Like, I can really draw a mean Scooby-Doo. I'll have to find the picture and show it to you. But, I'm not very good at drawing like realistic features, and that's amazing.
Solid. And I mean, I even asked her, because I'm not like a crazy fan of like the two characters, but I like them. One of my favorite boss fights is when you fight them.
Yeah.
But she drew me a picture of Rude, and he's his partner, and like the team and stuff, and I'm super excited to see how she does on that one. Yeah. I can't wait for it.
No,
she's finished, I'll bring it and show it.
Please do. I think she's very talented, and definitely needs to be shown for sure.
Thank you.
You're welcome. She better give me brownie points for that. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, but she's definitely very talented.
Well, that's all my pickups.
That's all my pickups.
Man.
Yeah, I think we're already wrapping up. We may be a little.
I'm gonna check and see if we're still recording. If it's not,
I'm hoping.
Okay, yeah, we're good.
Okay, you scared me. You scared me. No, we're wrapping up on like about an hour. I think we started.
We're over an hour.
Are we really?
We're at an hour 20 minutes. It 1:18. Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, we're wrapping up now.
Thank you guys.
Thank you guys. Also, with the last episode, we had over 100 views.
We appreciate that.
We appreciate that so much. The channel subscriptions have tripled. Like, even though we're very small, very small. But I want to thank you guys for all the love and support we've gotten, and you all have been awesome and commenting and talking to us.
Yes.
And we appreciate it so much. We wish you the best, and we'll see you in another 2 weeks.
And if you have watched the video to the end, leave us a comment. Well, we did my mom last time. You want to leave a comment about your stepmom this time?
No, maybe we just need to do an episode where we get both of them in here.
And they just replace us. Another one on their podcast. Just talking about how awful we are.
That's probably an hour-long episode. It'd probably be great.
I would pay money to see that. That'd be great.
I'd pay money.
That would be amazing.
Good night, everybody.
Guys, have a good one.